Welcome back to Dateline Lagos. In line with its vision to reduce the illiteracy level in Lagos State, the government has sealed a deal with the UK's Department for International Development, DFID, to train young out-of-school girls between the ages of 16 and 19 in basic literacy, numeracy, and life skills.
It is assumed that marginalized adolescent girls in Nigeria face several barriers to accessing both formal and non-formal education, including social and cultural norms, limited institutions, and poverty.
We still need that skill and vocation to make you...
As a result of this, the UK Department for International Aid, through its Girls Education Challenge, initiated the Educating Nigerian Girls to New Enterprises program, an engine to improve learning outcomes and the economic status of these relegated girls.
The glory of God and to the benefit of mankind.
Building upon the success of the first phase of the program, the second phase is inaugurated with the launch of learning and teaching materials for the beneficiaries and facilitators.
You guys are the most important. You have to teach them well.
As well as one of the learning centers here in Apeleing Primary School, Bariga.
So ladies, I just want to tell you, please take this program very serious. Are we together? Yes, sir.
The DFID-funded program aims at supporting marginalized girls and helping them to fulfill their potentials in education and work.
Basically, what we're trying to help girls to achieve is a transformation of their lives. So both in terms of their literacy and their numeracy, and in terms of income generation. One of the major criteria is girls who have had children before they are the age of 18, girls who got married and had children before they are the age of 18, girls who had to stop their schooling perhaps because of the death of a parent and they became heads of household before they are the age of 18. So these are some of the different criteria that we have used, as marginalization criteria for selecting them.
The project is implemented through 3 key outcomes of learning, transition, and sustainability.
And the new bit in it is that we are trying to help girls to diversify their income base. So first on Engine 1, we had girls trained on vocational skills like bead making, tailoring, catering, and all of that. But we realized that this in itself is not sustaining the girls. We want to help girls to expand. We want to help girls to also look at non-conventional trades and vocations. For example, to help girls to break into some stereotypical vocations like what are regarded as men's vocation. So girls are increasingly talking now about getting into shoemaking, cobbler, aluminium work, and even some other, typical men vocation. And this is the new bit that we are trying to bring on board for the second phase.
Engine 2 is being implemented by collaboration of the Lagos State Center for Mass Education, Action Health Incorporated, Mercy Corps, among other non-governmental organizations with support from community leaders. The Special Advisor to the Governor on Education, Mr. Obafela Bank Olemo, explains government's input and how the project aligns with its mass literacy education.
The governor has given us a mandate to reduce literacy in Lagos, and that is why we look for different ways to partner with organizations to do this. So we are excited that, yes, we're able to partner with them by providing the centers they're going to use, providing the materials also, and also the facilitators. So that excites us. Dr. Eshed and I have agreed that for all the girls going through this program, we'll also enroll them in the Code Lagos program, so they'll get free coding classes. You see, ultimately, what a government can do is to give you the skills. It's now up to the individuals to change the story of their lives. So what the governor has said, if you're in Lagos, we'll try and give you an opportunity to improve your life. That's what Lagos can do. But the question is that what will you now do with the opportunity you've been given? So for these 6,000 girls, I believe strongly that they know that they are privileged, and that they will take this program very, very serious and change the direction of their lives.
All the strategy that we have put in place, we are trying to integrate it into the systems of the agency so that even when Engine closes out, the systems would have internalize all this strategy that we have put in place, and they can carry it on even when the program ends. So this is the major sustainability strategy that we have. These partnerships, these collaborations, and doing things together with the key institutions that are relevant at every point in time. So on education is the Agency for Mass Education. For vocational skills, we will be partnering with the Ministry of Women. For funding and microfinance, we are partnering with the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund to be able to give girls access to loans and all these things. So we are doing all these partnerships to ensure that our initiatives continue even when we leave.
A facilitator is already putting passion in the classroom exercise as she takes enrolled students through preliminaries of the learning process.
We're going to put them through the basics of numeracy and literacy skills. We're also going to teach them different life skills, how they can get started again, to know other people, relating with other people, making decisions of their own, and then the basic skills in adding numbers, making sure they can take records. When they start businesses of their own, they should be able to add 1 and 2 together to give them 2. They should be able to make profits in their businesses. They should be able to calculate the differences between their profits, the capital they started with, and if they are really making profits, they should be able to decide this on their own. Once they have learned the basic skills in numeracy and literacy, they will be able to communicate with all the people that they are dealing with. They're going to start having customers. They're going to start having people in the society that they now want to relate with. People seeing them on air will be like, oh, I saw you here, I saw you there. They should be able to express themselves. They should have high self-esteem to be able to carry themselves out in the public and do the right thing at the right time.
Participants of the program are upbeat about its benefits.
Actually, I'm a dropout. I dropped out in SS1 just because I couldn't further my education, and I'm very happy for the opportunity that I've been given to further my education in this aspect.
Actually, I'm not a dropout, but I finished SS3. So I wrote my WAEC and I didn't pass. So my mom is late, and my dad is not that buoyant enough to further my education. So I just stopped. I started learning hairdressing, and so there's no money to start up the business. So actually I came here so Engine could help me acquire more skills and further my education after I've acquired some other skills and how to do business more. Because I want to know more about business, not only this hairdressing stuff, and I need to have ideas on some things again.
The program targets 7,000 marginalized and vulnerable girls across 72 communities in 5 local government areas of Ekpe, Ojo, Alimosho, Koshofe, and Bariga.
You see that those areas are the densely populated areas in Lagos State. And so we need to reach out to girls in those areas to make sure that we give them, well, what I would call dividend of democracy, because this is a way of touching lives. We're touching their lives, we're improving their lives. And when we improve their lives, they'll become better citizens in Lagos State.
Besides Lagos, the program is also being implemented in Kano and Kaduna states, as well as Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory.
More development matters. Governor Akinwumi Ambode says he would like to see an improvement in the strategies used in fighting crime across the country. Now, he made the request during the 3rd bi-monthly Federal and State Security Administrators meeting, where he was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Tunji Bello. Meanwhile, the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation is also seeking ways to check the rate of destruction of oil and gas installations across the country.
I want to use this medium to advocate for more stringent punishment against kidnapped kingpins to serve as deterrent to others. In this regard, states should apply stiffer punishments against the kidnappers, including confiscation and destruction of all assets acquired or being used for these nefarious acts. Life imprisonment or even capital punishment can be enshrined where found guilty by the law.
At the end of the last meeting hosted by the Lagos State Government, a number of recommendations were made and expressed in the communique. I am glad to inform you that we have taken some positive and proactive actions in line with some of these recommendations, especially with regards to the issues of drug abuse and state of our prisons. About 2 months ago, the state government commenced a massive awareness campaign tagged Lagos State Kicks Against Drug Abuse. This campaign was initiated as a response to the dangerous dimension that drug abuse has taken and its implication on security and safety of lives and property. Also, some few days ago, the state government made a donation of ILOX, Green Malaria, and an ambulance to the Nigerian prison services in the state. In addition, we have made a commitment to provide healthcare services to the inmates and also taking necessary steps within our capacity to decongest the prison in the state.
And that's where we call it a wrap on this edition. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, the conversations continue on our social media platforms. See you next week. I'm Joke Rogers.